360-degree videos is a rather new medium for visual storytelling. The theory behind it is not fully developed, and it is not clear what guidelines are needed to be followed in order for the films to work. This project worked with implementing 360 videos and looked into how relations between shots can be maintained, taking inspiration from traditional cinema and analyzing several examples. This adds up to the final problem statement. How can the theory behind relations between shots successfully be adjusted for use in 360-degree video, viewed in virtual reality, without causing discomfort and confusion to the viewer? So in 2D cinema, you can control this point of interest by just looking at the frame. You control it by framing, and you make sure that everything stays within it for the viewer. But when you go to 360, it's completely different. You need to make sure that you guide towards the POI when you want to cut. Because if you don't do that, then this might happen. So cuts like this become confusing. You don't know what is going on, because all of a sudden the person is not the same place as they were before. But if you instead choose to guide the attention and help the person look where they're supposed to look, then it all of a sudden makes sense. So, if the attention is guided correctly, then the theory behind the relations between shots should actually work. So that's what we tested. We made a graphical clip, a rhythmic, spatial, and a temporal one, and tested all of them to see if you guided the attention correctly, would it then still work, like the relations between scenes. So after we tested these things, we found out that the first clip with the graphic relation wasn't perceived by the viewers. So therefore we had to pick it up and change it. We had to try to find a way that we actually could implement it so that it worked. We managed to do so. In the end, the graphic relation, the spatial, temporal, and rhythmic all worked. But what would happen if you brought it into a movie? What if it was a small movie with consecutive clips that all needed to work together? Would it still work? That's like where we're at now. So for the next step would be to pick this up and try to make a movie.